Hello. So here we are again with the gravel bike project. So if you've seen the other videos, you'll see that I'm turning a gravel bike into a fairly decent gravel bike into a flat bar bike, more of a retro looking mountain bike from the 80s or 90s, make it more suitable and more comfy to ride for my cycle to work. So far what we've had to fit is new brakes all around. We've had to fit new gearing all around. Well, new gear levers and new gear cables. We've had to fit new handlebars. We've had to fit a new stem, new grips. So it's been quite involved, but it's a lovely little project to do, and I've actually really enjoyed doing it because it gets me more in depth in doing stuff. I've done stuff like this before, but to do it all in one go on one bike is pretty cool. I'm actually rather enjoying it. So if anyone else has thought about doing it, do it. It's cost a few quid, but it's a nice little bike now to ride. So what we're going to do today is we're literally finishing it off. Everything's fitted. I've just got to tidy up the gears, the cabling. I've got to dial in the gears front and back, get the levers all set up up front, but I'll let you do yours. I won't show you mine unless you really want to see it, but I'm sure you don't, so I won't bother doing it. So yeah, it's literally just tidying things up now, to tidy up the cables, dial in the gears, and that's probably about it really. Anyway, let's get cracking, shall we? See you in a second. So we'll go ahead and do the cable ties, shall we? Give them all a quick little snip. Back on, as you can see, I've already done ones for the brake at the back. That one now. We'll do, pop these on. You know how these work, I'm sure you do anyway. If you don't, then well, I think you need to hang up the spanners and get someone else to do your bike for you. Trying to do this by hand is quite involving. There we go. Oh, you fudge farmer. If you know what a fudge farmer is, you know what I mean. If you don't, don't look it up on a works laptop or works internet device, because it's not work safe. You might get fired. Unless you fancy getting fired, then look it up. So just pinch those up for now. Just make it look half tidy. Another one. So I'm trying to hold a pair of pliers with my mouth as I do this as well. Another one done. I think these ones are going to be a bit more involved. When you do this, be careful not to cut into the wire either, especially if it's a brake hose, because that would be a bit entertaining and a little bit frustrating. So anyway, there you will find in this little project. You all enjoying it? You're not enjoying it? If you're not enjoying it, check out my other videos. I've got a few on the go. Slowly building up my little collection, I suppose you could say. Hope you're all enjoying it. Like I said, if not, go and check out another one. Oh, nearly dropped you then. Sorry. Just do that. Sorry you can't see much at the moment, but this is getting a bit frustrating. There we go. So by the looks of it, what I know, I've got 3 cables going up there. Don't know if you can see them. 2 are gear, 1's a brake hose. And also you've got the 4th brake hose at the front for the front gear. Front gear. Front brake. Fanny part moment then.
What we'll do, we'll cut that one off as well. So what kind of other content are you wanting to see on our video, considering it's going over to a more family orientated channel now? Anything else you'd like to see? Anything else you don't want to see? If you're not really already wanting to see family stuff, then sorry. That's what the kids want to do. The kids want to get involved a bit more. Are you wanting a little chat about people's stutter? So that's what I've got. I've had a stutter since birth. Well, not since birth, but since being able to speak. I can do a video on that if you'd like. You can laugh at me stuttering away. I was bullied for it in school because people are dicks. Teenagers are dicks, to be honest with you. We all know that though, don't we? So let's pop that around that side. We'll transfer that one over to there, I think. So you're getting right close up with the bite in, weren't you? Hope you enjoyed that one. Cut that red one off. Boosh. Cut that red one off. Boosh. Ah. Cut that green one off. So yes, but you can sometimes, if you've got a bit of patience or a bit of time, you can save cable ties. If you've got the right little pin for it, you can reuse cable ties. Sometimes it's not advisable, but depends on what they're being used for. The cable ties fixes a lot of things. I've even removed a spring from a car using cable ties. I will not do that again because that's scary as fuck. But it happened. It helped a lot. That was on a Citroen C4 Picasso, that was. Something I don't really want to do again, so it's scary. Like I said, there we go. My phone's buzzing now. Somebody loves me. So there we go. There's those ones done. Let's snip that one. Oh. There we go. Pop that up through there. Up through we go. I hope you can see this. There we go. So I watch a guy called Rayman Ray. He fixes cars on YouTube. He does this kind of thing, but in cars, most of the time he'll prop his camera up because he's not an idiot like me. He knows it a bit more, and his editing is much better. But anyway, don't know how he bloody does it. There we go. So there we go, there's those done. So we'll do the cables up here now. So I'll try and find a better place for the camera to go. So you just hold on 1 second, I'll be back. So Here we are, back again. Sorry about that. I had to rearrange stuff to make it a bit easier to get camera access, and so you can sit there nice and still without being thrown around and feeling seasick. So let's finish off tidying these cables up, shall we? One on there. Also, I haven't tightened these up yet, the old gear levers, because there's no point yet. I still need to make adjustments for when I sit on it. But again, I won't be doing that video, so there's no point. Everyone has a different seating position, but you know how they're done. One bolt on now. Don't know if you can see that one. One bolt on now. One bolt on the brakes and the grips. You will see on the grips on my other video how easy they are to fit. Two Allen bolts on each grip on the Oldies. Some you have one, some you have none. But I prefer the lock-ons, as they're called. What these are called, the ones with the bolts, they're lock-on grips. The other ones are the slide-on grips, and they're a bit cheaper than normally from China, and they don't last very well. So we'll do all those in my own time. But a lining of the wheel with the stem, so it's nice and straight. And the handlebars are going to be the want to be the right width for part as well, otherwise you're going to end up with slightly different sort of weight to one side. But again, this is all stuff you can do, you can learn, anyone can do it. If I can do it, a monkey can do it. If a monkey can do it, I'm sure you can do it. If you are a little bit concerned about doing it or don't know how to do it, then please put the spanners down and get someone that's at least capable to do it, or good friends. If his friend's not able to do it, then please, yeah, don't bother. If you catch my drift. So I do like to use my cable ties, but I like it to look neat and tidy. Where do I put the other ones? So what I do is I like to do this because it just looks a bit neater. I think it looks pretty cool as well. One through it out. I'll show you in a minute what I do. One through it out. There we go. So there we go, there's that. Let's get the old snips. Where do I put the snips now? There we go. One that. Snip. Put it nice and tight. One. Two. Oh. Three. Four. Five. 6. There we go. So what do I hide all the little nips around there, so I can't see them. Oh, there's one just there as well, isn't there? Little red one. And that is it. That's all the cable ties on. Tighten them all up, put them nice and tight, and snip off the tails. If you can recycle the tails, recycle them. We know we all need to save the planet.
I'm not doing a Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is, Thunderfires or whatever her name is. But we do need to do a bit, I think, for the planet. So I'm not going that way, but you understand, hopefully. We dump too much rubbish and we can recycle it. So let's take you off this little makeshift holder. Hello. So there we go, there's the bars. Obviously, like I said, you still need to do things up and underline things up. That's what I like to do with that little one, just makes it look a bit tidy. I think stops things flapping around. But I've got full turning circle, that's all you need. I like a tidy cockpit. So snip all the tails off these ones, down the tubes, and then we are ready to dial in the gears. So, as I keep saying, see you in a second, we'll do the gears. Pause in a minute. So here we are at the front derailleur. To make adjustments, I have already had a little tinker to make sure it's all done. But to make adjustments, you've got 2 screws there. That one will let it go back that way. Don't know if you can see that little movement. This one at the front now. You probably can't see no movement on that one. But to adjust the cable, to pull it nice and taut, you've got that bolt there. Again, I've already pulled the cable nice and taut and it works absolutely fine. When you put a new cable on, you're going to have to trim it up to size and put a little cap on the end. I've done that there. I've added a green one. You can get bags of different colours if you want to. If you want to stay with silver, you can probably get those in a Halfords or somewhere like that, or any other bicycle store. So remember, adjustments to make it go back on that screw, adjustments to make it go forward on that screw. Let me just show you very quick. This is where it's not going to work now, isn't it? There we go. Oh, clicked into place. And that is the front derailleur done. So sorry if that made you feel a bit seasick and wobbling around, but because it's on the bike stand. So remember, pull the cable nice and taut. That will adjust the derailleur coming forward and going back. Let's give it another little try, shall we? Oh, it's in a high gear now, so it's quite hard to pedal. Don't using my hands. There we go, up and down, there we go. You're always going to get that little bit of noise, unfortunately, because it's a 2x system, which I don't really like, but I've got more of a range of gears. There we go. So there we go for that. Let's move up the gears on the back sprocket. If you're worried about that banging, it's because it's banging on the pedals, banging on the cycle stand. Look at that, look. Oh, clicked into gear. Obviously it'd be much easier when I'm cycling along. It's because I'm trying to do it cack-handed. So that is the front one done. Let's move along to the back and then the bike will be done. So final bit on the rear derailleur, you've got the dial-in screws there, the hex bolt or Allen bolt, whatever you want to call it there. Pull the chain nice, the cable nice and taut. Use a pair of pliers if you want to, or you can use your hand because it's not so aggressive. Away we go. As I said earlier on, I've had a little tinker. I've got the chain to perfect condition for me, or the cable the perfect length, the perfect tautness. 1, 2,
3, 4. Oh, might need a little bit more of adjustment. And there we go. That works fine for now. There we go. That's in the bottom front sprocket. And there we go. Happy days. It's fairly quiet as well, so I'm quite happy with that. I might skip a gear. I'll go to dial those in, but you get the idea. You can sort all that out after a couple of test rides. So let me show you what I mean by the clacking sound. Get the front on, there we go. So there's the front. It sounds nice and smooth at the moment. Make adjustments. Going the wrong way. Hopefully you'll hear the sound in a minute once I unwind this. Oh no, you won't, because I'm in the wrong gear. There we go. So it's near enough aligned. You can see it's trying to skipped over already. So if I unwind that, there we go. Unwind it a little bit further. It doesn't want to skip back up now. If you go behind it, if you go behind the dry, look at it from the rear, you can see the minute adjustments it makes, and you won't get that clacking sound. There we go. So it's not trying to skip up to that gear, and the gears are all dialed in and all set. So there we go. Let's have a little chat, shall we? I'll catch up with you in a second. So that is it. The gravel bike drop bar conversion is done, from the drop bars to the flat bars. The bike is now ready for its first road test. Gears are all dialed in, brakes are bled, which I done the other day. I didn't video it. So please look at, because it's quite an important thing to have brakes, please look up better videos than mine. Alright, to bleed your brakes. Depends what brakes you got as well. I've been using Shimano as you've seen. So, if you've enjoyed these videos, give them a little thumbs up. Remember, there's many more videos on doing this conversion. I think there's about 4 or 5 in total. Give the videos a little thumbs up, a little like. Leave a comment in the boxes down below, in the comments boxes down below. Give the old channel a sub. And we'll try and grow the channel, try and grow it into more of a family channel, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to add some pictures of what the bike looks like now, before and after, pictures as you could say, I suppose. And I'm going to get out on this bike tomorrow, hopefully. So anyway guys, remember, always wear a helmet. I'll catch you out on the road real soon. Adios amigos.